Okay, we'll get started. So thank you everyone for joining us today. This webinar is being recorded and it will be shared with everybody soon after. So if there's anybody who wanted to attend, couldn't attend at this time, the link will be shared with you all to circulate. So, as I mentioned, today we've got the team from Bongo led by Melissa Hickey, who will be walking us through their Moodle integration. And the title of today's webinar is Enabling Continuous Learning Through Experiential Video Exercises. I'll just walk you through. So we're going to start with an intro to Moodle HQ from myself. We will follow this with the Moodle integration to Bongo. Melissa will brief us and begin the webinar around Bongo's functionality, and then there'll be some time at the end for questions and answers. So Moodle is an open source project. We've been going for around 17 years, and this has been sustained and seen growth through our Moodle partner network, who focus on delivering Moodle services, which we've indicated on the left over here. So our Moodle partners, they specialize in hosting, training, customization, and helping end users with that field. And on the right, we've got our Moodle integration partners. They extend the functionality that Moodle offers, and they help users with their learning ecosystems, such things as reporting, plagiarism, video, and web conferencing. One of our integration partners is Big Blue Button, and they provide open source web conferencing. And each of our integration partners does have their own landing page on Moodle.com, whereby you're able to find out more information and contact them directly. So Big Blue Button, as I mentioned, covers open source web conferencing. We have IntelliBoard, and they focus on reporting and analytics and are able to enhance that functionality in Moodle. And as we're all here today, we have Bongo, who will be talking about their video assessment for soft skill development. So as I mentioned, access to these services and products that we have, whether it is a Moodle partner or Moodle integration partner, you can either contact them directly through our partner portal and our partner database on Moodle.com, and our integration partners have their own landing pages from our main menu on Moodle.com. Alternatively, you can contact the Moodle HQ team, and we'll be happy to direct you to the partner or integration partner who we feel will suit your region and whichever needs you might have at that particular time. So I'm now going to pass you on to Melissa, who will take over from here with her team. And as I mentioned, the team is on hand to answer any questions. So you can use the functionality in Zoom to answer questions as we go along, or you're welcome to answer them at the end, and the contact details and things will be provided. So just bear with me one moment as I hand over the screen to Melissa.
Awesome, great. Serena, can everybody hear me? Perfect. It's so great to be here today with you all. Thank you everyone for joining and for the introduction, Serena. We're so happy to be part of the Moodle community and really excited to share Bongo with more of you here today. So the focus of our webinar is enabling continuous learning through experiential video exercises. And I'll explain a little bit about why that's important for both educators and employers to emphasize, and then I'll go through a functional demo of Bongo's video assignments. So what is Bongo? Bongo lets you see knowledge in action. We are a video assessment solution that enables experiential learning and soft skill development at scale. Our structured video workflows let organizations facilitate this repeated skill practice that is so important, personalized feedback that helps learners improve, and peer-to-peer collaboration within a real-world context. When individuals, whether that's learners in the classroom or employees, demonstrate their skills and apply the knowledge that they're learning on video, evaluators can get an authentic representation of what they can do. So we've got an infographic here about the future workforce. It's something that we're all concerned about. What kind of skills are we going to need as automation is increasing and everything is changing? And according to the World Economic Forum's Future of Job Reports 2018, 42% of all task hours will be performed by machines in 2022. So with the rise of this automation, how do we ensure that learners are prepared for the workforce and that professionals remain employable for the long term? We have to equip them with skills that machines can't replicate. And those skills are the human soft skills, the critical thinking and analysis, complex problem solving, leadership, social influence, emotional intelligence, and active learning. So these soft skills we've already been over are critical, but how are we going to develop them, especially at scale? The traditional methods of assessing these kind of soft skills, which are meeting face-to-face really, requires a ton of time and resources, and it's just not feasible to scale. In the same manner, actionable, pointed feedback on these skills is difficult to deliver to every individual. And multiple choice or other written exam formats simply can't capture these skills on paper. This is where Bongo comes in. We know that the #1 recommendation from HR professionals to close the soft skill gap among entry-level workers is to give learners more experiential learning opportunities. And what's more, 94% of employees say that they would stay at a company longer if it invested in their learning and development. And nearly 71% of employees feel that their job requires them to continuously learn new skills. So Bongo allows organizations to facilitate this repeated skill practice, personalized feedback, and peer-to-peer collaboration within a real-world context. And for all the educators listening, these same learning opportunities apply for high school, college, and graduate students. So Bongo uses a workflow for our video assignments that's similar for each one, but are based in different use cases. But for each one, they're going to complete an exercise that's assigned to them. They're going to submit that exercise for assessment, and then they're going to receive feedback. That feedback can either be personal feedback when they watch their own video and realize where they need to improve, or when they feel confident, or from a peer, whether that's a coworker or a student in the classroom, or from their evaluator, namely a professor in their class, their manager, or a subject matter expert that's been brought in. So our different kind of video assignments are individual project, question and answer, group project, and interactive video. And we're going to go into a live demo now so you can see what those look like. So our first assignment is called interactive video. This one is really great for when you have a piece of content that's really important that your learners engage with. And you want to be sure that they have fully comprehended what they're watching and have a chance to give feedback to that video as well, rather than just, watching a YouTube video and, hoping that they understood what happened. So you'll notice for all of our assignments, we have the ability to have text instructions and video instructions. And what the video instructions do is increase engagement. When you're seeing a video from your instructor helping you go through the instructions for an assignment, you're going to feel more engaged, have that touch point with your evaluator, and have a better sense of what's expected of you from this assignment. So for this one, employees are going through a conflict management training. So they are told that they're going to watch a video showing a meeting and that they're going to be expected to answer both multiple choice and video response questions. So that's another feature of interactive video, the ability to have video responses, not just multiple choice. So we're going to watch a little bit of this video and see what it's like as a learner when they're in this assignment. So first, they're going to get a multiple choice question that's asking who is communicating aggressively. So they're going to answer it, submit their answer, and if they get a wrong answer, they get some feedback and are allowed to retry. So they'll rewatch it again, give their answer, and then also get feedback on a correct answer. So here's where our interactive video enables a lot more interaction. Instead of just that multiple choice question, they're going to get a video. So they're asked to describe what they're watching. Again, this is why this can be great for compliance training, because you know that the person who's completing the assignment is actually who you're certifying, depending on the situation. So once they've recorded their video, they can try again, or they can submit that video. And when they're ready, they'll go on to the next question. And again, if there's any questions in the chat right now, we're going to collect those, save that to the end, and hopefully get them all answered. So our next assignment type is also lower stakes, where you're able to repeat multiple times your practice. And what we're showing here that's pretty cool about our individual project is the fact that you can also share your screen during the question. So if you're a developer, you're coding software, let's say you want to show something with architecture, anything where you need to be showing your screen as well as your video, that can be accomplished in this assignment type. So here again, we've got video instructions, text instructions. They're told how to complete the assignment. And then when they're ready, they can use this pink button, which is important in all the different assignment types, to go ahead and upload either a video with their webcam and their desktop enabled, or just webcam, depending on the situation. They'll go ahead and record that video, and when they're ready, they'll submit it. Another thing to note about this assignment type, and all of our assignment types, is that it is mobile friendly. So let's say that you're in an area where you don't have cell service, you don't have internet service, you could upload the video from a saved file, and that can be on your computer or your phone. It's also reactive, so I'll show you here what it looks like when you're on a mobile device. So your screen is just going to adjust to however big your iPad, iPhone is, and that makes it easy to accomplish the same thing if you're on the go, which is great for employees that might not always be sitting at their desk, but you want them to be able to demonstrate a skill out in the field. After they've submitted it, they're going to get feedback. And again, on this one, they're able to try multiple times. So let's say that you want to know that they have practiced this skill over time. You are able to have multiple submissions until you're ready for that final submission. So you can see progress over time and ensure that it's not just one and done. So our next assignment type, move the screen over, is our video question and answer. So that last assignment type, which is individual project, is a lower stakes kind of assignment. You're able to practice multiple times, submit your answers, but with question and answer, it's high stakes. You're put on the spot to authentically show what your knowledge is and what your skills are. And this is great for anything that you want a real world simulation. In this example, we're using language learning. So that can be great for when you want to simulate a conversation with customers, with anything where there's a difficult situation that you want to know how someone is going to interact. If it's an angry customer, or if they're in a field where they need to practice empathy, giving hard news or some kind of diagnosis, this is going to allow them to practice in a safe setting where they can get feedback. So here they're asked to translate sentences, and this can be written or video. So once they've started the assignment, it's going to immediately go into that interaction. So we'll start it here. So you've heard this question. Your recording is going to start with a countdown. That's something that's customizable if you want somebody to have more time to think about it, or if you want to just jump right into it. It's going to start that recording as soon as the countdown is finished. You can also limit how much time you want to give them. So in that upper right-hand corner, you saw the countdown for how long their answer should be. So if you've got something like pitch practice where you really want to make sure their elevator pitch is, solid and they can say what they really need to say in 30 seconds, you can limit it to 30 seconds. We also can record up to 2 hours. So there's a wide variety of uses there. So when they're ready to go on to the next question, they'll start. Here they've got just a text prompt, and so it's going to ask them to start recording once they've read that. And there's also a minimum time that you can set when you want to make sure that somebody's given a thorough answer. And then again, it'll just automatically upload their answer once they're done. And they can see here at the bottom that, okay, this answer has been uploaded, it's been processed, this one's in process, and it usually finishes in about the time that it was recorded. Our next assignment type is called group project. This one's really cool because I like to think of it as a workspace that you can use for a variety of different use cases. If you happen to have a company where you have employees all over the world, it's hard for them to collaborate, and sometimes it gets pretty messy with email chains, chats going, Zoom, GoToMeeting. It's really hard to keep everything in one place. The cool thing about group project is that all those functionalities are right here. So with the group presentation, people are put in groups. Again, this could be either a cohort of new employees that are collaborating with people that they might not be in the same office with, or across different work groups so that you have that cross-functional team. And what they're able to do within this workspace is they have a chat where they can talk to each other. It's all recorded right here very easily. There's a record of everything that people have done so that you can see, okay, who's actually engaging and maybe, who's checked out. There's also team evaluations for that. If you want to get some feedback on the other people in your team of what they can improve on, what you found really helpful. And again, it's all in one place. So pink button, as I said, important in each assignment type. These blue buttons will show what you can upload, and that's also customizable for each assignment type. So here they can upload a video if they want to practice a presentation with one of these team members before they present at a conference, or have an important quarterly meeting. So they can record desktop, webcam, practice that PowerPoint at the same time as recording their video. They can also upload files that they want to be working on collaboratively here in this space. And they can also set milestones, which I'll show you down here, some completed ones, where you can assign something to an owner, have a time and date, and it's a great way for everyone to stay organized all in one place. And the last thing that they can do, which is something that the whole platform provides, is our web conferencing tool. So anytime that you want to set a meeting, you can either, let's say you're in the group project, it's here, but you can also just set it for any time and just put a title in here, pick date, meeting time. Oh, not in the past. How about this? And then when you submit that, you then have a link that you can copy, send to anyone, even outside the organization or your Moodle. And that allows anybody to join if you wanted to have an interview or somebody come into that session. They don't need to download anything, and it's all in one place. And also, another important point to remember is that there is unlimited use of that video conferencing that's included with the tool, and really just unlimited use that comes with your license of all the assignment types. That meeting room also has breakout rooms, polling sessions, whiteboard, all the things that you would need to collaborate all in one place. So the last thing I'm going to show you guys is the feedback loop. So I'm going to go back to my role as an educator and look at some completed assignments here. So we're going to the gradebook as an educator. You can see the progress that students have made throughout. And once they've submitted their assignment, you can go in and see here they haven't finished, so you'll know that they're not ready to look at. But when they have a submission, it'll say grade student submission, and then you know what to look at. So here we have a student that had completed that language learning exercise. Here, the educator had created a rubric that let the student know what they were looking for. And this is something to note for each of the assignments as well. Depending on how you want the level of grading to be done, it can either be just auto pass fail as long as someone's completing that. That's great for the employee circumstance where you just want to be making sure that they're having these continuous learning opportunities, but you're not necessarily going to go in and review everything. It's just for their own personal learning. Then once they've completed it, it's auto pass fail. There's also 0 to 5 stars, all the way up to these personalized rubrics where it's very clear what is necessary. So once they've submitted, it's going to go ahead and loop together all those videos. So you see what the question was, as well as the answer all in one. You don't have to have multiple videos.
We all eat together.
So this was her answer. And you'll see on the scrubber bar down here, there's little green tick marks where they've gotten feedback. And that feedback can either be from their other students that are participating with them or from their educator. And the cool thing is that you can not only leave text comments, but you can also leave video comments. That's really helpful, first for language learning because you want to give a pronunciation, but also for managerial feedback. Sometimes, you don't always get the tone that you want across in just a text comment, but if you're able to record on video what you think someone should improve on, you can give that in a way that's helpful and constructive. So if you want to leave a comment, you're commenting here, and you can put that at exactly the time that you want to. So let's say you're watching this person's video, and at exactly, once I start talking, 22 seconds, you can say, oh, that's a place where you need to improve. It's going to pause the video and put it exactly at that time. So instead of having commentary at the end where it's not necessarily right where you want to give it, this is going to be that pointed in time feedback. And same with the videos. Let's say I want to tell her, you're not actually using the right tense here. This is the tense that you would use. I can give her that feedback, stop, and submit it. There's also peer review available, and you can make that something that's necessary to go through or not, depending on the activity. You tell, when you're creating the assignment, how many peer reviews you want, and then each person will be fed that submission once they've completed theirs. And you can have that randomized so that people aren't necessarily doing their friends. And again, they're getting interaction with other employees in different parts of the company. So what I'll do now is kind of open it up for questions, and hopefully I saw some in the chat, and so I'm excited to hopefully answer all of those. So I'll pause for a second to collect those answers. And if anybody just wants to, go ahead and give their questions. Oh, perfect. Here we go. So Janice, I see that you asked about the question and answer, that there's the practice button that allows people to practice what, how do I say this? So instead of, it's not that they can practice the question, but they can practice the workflow of question and answer. Because if it's the first time that they've done it, it might be difficult for them to know, okay, the video camera is going to pop up. What do I do next? That allows them to practice that, safely before they actually enter the assignment. Okay, Monica, I see your question as well for web conferencing. Yeah, you're totally right. Zoom is also a web conferencing tool, so it has a lot of the same features. What is special about Bongo's web conferencing tool is that it's going to be built into your Moodle, so that when people create these meetings, they're inside of Bongo in their Moodle. They also don't have to download any extra software like you do with Zoom. And you have unlimited use of that within the tool. So again, similar, also a conferencing tool, but ours is built more for learning. And so it has things like the breakout rooms, there's the whiteboard, chat, polls, things that Zoom is not necessarily geared for. Because Sarah, I see you're asking about the audio, the video, because so since I'm trying to talk at the same time as the videos, you couldn't hear the audio, But yes, auto quality is an important feature, and it will be, as exactly as it's recorded. I can try and play it for you guys again. Not sure if it's gonna show. And Monica, I see, has a question about the plugins. Yeah, that's a great thing to know. Bongo does have a plugin that works with Moodle, and it's the only platform that we do have a plugin for that is really easy to install. So if you just go to the plugin directory, type in Bongo, it should pop up, and you just download it, install it with your Moodle right there. And what you'll get is a free 2-week trial with that plugin. And that comes with assignments you can try out, as well as creating your own. And now Janice's question: can we set a timer for the overall assignment, not just for the individual videos in the assignment? Yes, you can set timers for the assignments. With where it's something like group project where they're uploading a video for themselves, they would be controlling the length of the video. But if it's an assignment where they're practicing, you can set timers for that, because that's correct. Sometimes you want to be sure that somebody can give an answer succinctly and not just talking for the sake of talking. Gabriella, I'm guessing this is a question here. Does the tool have direct learning analytics options? Yeah, I was going to show a screenshot of that. We do have something new called auto analysis, which is available for individual project videos right now. And auto analysis provides deeper insight into an individual's performance and progress by generating metrics like rate of speech, speech clarity, and the use of filler words. So let me see if I can show you guys that screenshot. That's big enough to see. So this is what you would see after auto analysis had been applied on an individual project video. You would get a transcript of what you had recorded in the video, a kind of grade on your overall delivery, which of course to be taken with a grain of salt. This is, not a substitution for a professor's grading or a manager's, but what it does help you do is recognize what are your filler words, so like, well, which you see highlighted here. What's your speaking rate? Are you going too fast? Or are you going too slow? And how clear are you? So it's going to just give you a snapshot of what you need to improve on that helps you practice and self-assess, and then it helps the evaluator save time by identifying that problem area faster. I see Sarah has a question. Does Bongo work in all countries? Technically, yes, it would work in all countries. We're not in every language yet. I believe we're in 5 languages: Arabic, French, Spanish, Brazilian Portuguese, Dutch, German as well. So yes, it will work in your country, but we might not have all of the language done for every country. But you can obviously record in your own language and use that for whatever purposes you need. Also had a question from Sarah about where the videos are stored: personal computer or in Bongo servers. So if you were uploading a video that you'd already recorded, then obviously that video would be from your computer. But where the videos are stored is going to be on Bongo servers. And we use Amazon Web Services, which is great because it allows us to have your videos in the geographic area where you are. So let's say you're in North America, it's going to stay on a North American server. It's not going to go anywhere else. If you're in the EU, we have a server in Ireland, so it would stay there. So there isn't going to be, data transfer around. It's just going to stay in the server where you're located, and comes with all the encryption and safety that is standard there. So we're also GDPR compliant, and it's something that we take very seriously, everyone's privacy and data safety. And so those are things that you can also review on our website with our privacy policy and data use privacy as well. And I'll give you guys my email address one more time, just for any other questions that you'd have. If you are interested in downloading the plugin, again, you can go straight to the plugin directory, download the plugin. It'll ask you to just fill out a form with your email and a couple other things, and we'll send you a code that will give you access to that free trial. And there's also ways to contact us through there, but you can also email me directly to set up a personalized demo, where we can talk about, what your use cases and needs are, and go over any other questions that you have. You can also get a walkthrough of that newly released auto analysis AI feature that I was talking about. Also, if you're in the US, you can contact Moonami, our US Moodle partner, or your Moodle partner worldwide, and tell them that you want to learn more about it, and they can also connect us with you.
Great, thanks, Melissa. And again, thank you everybody for attending. I think that's all the answers done. And yeah, as Melissa said, you can either contact Bongo directly, contact them through a partner who you may or may not be using already, or you can go through Moodle as well, and we can put you in contact with the right team. The webinar will be available through Bongo's partner page on Moodle.com, and we will send out an email as well once it's been uploaded. Again, thank you everybody for coming, and we're going to end the webinar here. And I hope you all found it really, really useful. And thanks, Melissa.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you. Okay.